All right, so a couple weeks ago, we ended up culling a few of our alpacas, and we've done burger and sausage and stuff like that. One of our alpacas that we culled this year had an exceptional amount of fat, so I have decided to try to render it and make some alpaca tallow. So we will see how that goes today. This will be a bit experimental. This is my first time rendering tallow, so I'm excited to try it out. Here is my tub of fat. I don't know how much is in there yet, but we will weigh it and then we will start to render it. Can't wait to make some soap. Okay, here we go. So I've got my fat right here, cutting board. I've got a little digital scale that I am going to be weighing how much I have just because I am curious. So everything that I've looked up online says that I need to cut all these little fat chunks up into like 1 inch or so less pieces. You can see how big they are right now. I'm going to try to cut off as much of this meat as well. And then throw it into the crock pot. So here we go. All right, so that's 1 pound right there. We'll just keep on going, okay? Almost 5 pounds of lard in there. I've gone back and forth about putting water in, but because I am using my what's an Instapot / crock pot, I'm going to put water just because I know the bottom does get hot and we want to avoid burning the fat on the bottom before the rest of it has a chance to start melting. So we'll add about a quarter or half a cup of water at the bottom and then we'll stick it in the pot. Okay, that's in here. Pouring about a half a cup of water to the bottom. And I'm going to set this to slow cook. And I'm going to do it on low. And we're going to do it, I'm going to start it off here with 6 hours and we'll just... Okay, so update. The slow cooker method was a little too slow for me because I'm impatient. So I've swapped it over to the Instant Pot and it is pressure cooking that fat now into a tallow. Should be about an hour and a half or so, according to what I read online. So I will take a little peek in a while and share what I've got with you. Okay, so here we are. It's been like an hour and a half. And things are cooking down. I'm going to put it in and let it go a little bit longer. Ooh, getting foggy. And we'll see how much more we can get. All right, so this has been in the pressure cooker for about 2 hours now with a slow release on its own. And you can see how much more liquid there is. I'm going to strain this out and maybe I'll try cooking down a little bit of what's left. But okay, so I'm going to just strain this. I've got a fine strainer and a bowl here, and we'll see how much I get. So once this is strained, I'm going to let it cool in the refrigerator, and that should separate off the remaining water in here. Ooh. There we go. All right. That looks really cool. All right. So the rest of this I'm going to put back in. and just keep on cooking. Okay, so I have just gotten done doing the last of my fat out of the there it is, out of the Instapot. So I'm just letting this drip out. My big first batch of it is in the fridge cooling right now to separate out the water, and it is bedtime, so I will come back to this in the morning. All right, it's the next morning, and I'm excited to show you what the tallow looks like. It's all been in the refrigerator overnight and getting hard, so let's take a look. Okay, so here's what it looks like. All nice and solid in there. I was actually expecting that we would get some more water out of these, so let's kind of see. There's a little bit of water under there, so I'm going to just turn it around and scrape all that junky off. And then do the same thing on the other side, and we'll weigh it up and see how much we've got. Okay, so I weighed out both of my blocks of the tallow, and it looks like I've got about 2 pounds, 4 ounces or so. I think I am going to cook it down one more time today, just in a pot on the stove just to warm it up, and then I can pour it into some silicone molds to cool off. My purpose with this tallow is to make soap, so having those little cubes of tallow to measure out will be really convenient. So let's get going. We're getting really close now. Only a few little white chunks left in here, and then it will be time to get it poured into the silicone mold. Okay, there's the tallow in the silicone mold. It's been in the refrigerator for not very long, really. And I'm gonna just pop it on out here and stick it into some baggies so that it can go in the freezer. And this is gonna be super satisfying. Look at that. So nice. Let's see how much it weighs. So each of these cubes is gonna be about 2.5 ounces. So that's what we're working with for soap. I'm going to put it in the freezer, and that will help it to just stay fresher longer as I work through it in my different small batches of soap. So, all right, well, I think that went pretty well. There's a few things I would do different. Obviously, maybe just go straight to the Instapot rather than trying the crock pot first, because let's be real, my patience just isn't that great. So there are a few things I wish would have gone a little bit smoother with the funnels and things like that. But other than that, I think it was pretty good. I started off with 5 pounds of the raw fat, and by the time I got it all rendered, it was about 2 pounds, a little over 2 pounds. So not a horrible loss. I'm pretty happy with the amount that I got, and I am really excited to try to make some soaps here soon. I've done soaps in the past with lard and other oils, but this will be my first time doing an alpaca tallow soap. So look forward to that, and I will see you guys next time.